All right, everybody, welcome back. We are diving into all things cruise news. We've got a whole bunch of stuff to unpack today, from those kinds of concerning headlines about outbreaks to some really exciting stuff like brand new ships that are about to hit the water this year.
Yeah.
And then those gratuity hikes that, nobody really likes to see those.
Right.
But yeah, we've got a lot to cover, so let's just jump right in.
Let's do it. Yeah, there's a lot going on. You've got these record passenger numbers
Right.
that kind of suggest that things are full steam ahead, but then you've made these things that could potentially, I guess you could say, rock the boat a little bit.
Yeah.
Like outbreaks and rising costs and things like that.
Well, and speaking of rocking the boat, almost 100 passengers got sick on Royal Caribbean's Radiance of the Seas.
Oh, wow.
And, this isn't exactly a new thing, right? We've seen this before in different ships.
Mm-hmm.
It makes you wonder how well these sanitation guidelines from the CDC are actually being implemented.
Right.
Are these just like kind of isolated incidents?
Yeah.
Or is there something, bigger that we should be concerned about?
Yeah, it's a good question. And I think, anytime the CDC is involved, that it's they're taking it seriously.
Right.
But I think what's interesting is that you see these outbreaks and they grab the headlines.
Of course.
But it kind of, I don't know, I think maybe it overshadows the vast number of cruises that happen without incident. So it's kind of like a perception versus reality thing.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's all about balancing those risks and rewards, I guess. Right?
Yeah.
So let's move on to something a little bit more fun, for sure.
It is.
And then you've got MSC World America, which is setting sail, and it's doing Caribbean itineraries out of Port Miami.
Okay.
And they're, hitting up their private island, Ocean Cay.
Nice.
But before we all rush out to book our next cruise, we got to talk about these gratuity increases. So Norwegian, Disney, Royal Caribbean, Princess, even Margaritaville at Sea.
Wow, everyone.
They're all raising their rates.
Mm-hmm.
What's the deal here? I mean, is this just inflation, or is there more to it?
I mean, inflation is certainly part of it.
Oh, yeah?
But you also have these rising operational costs. So fuel, food, labor, all of that is going up.
Right.
And, speaking of labor, there is kind of a movement, I guess you could say, within the industry to improve wages and working conditions for the crew members. So I think it's probably a combination of all of these things.
Right.
But it begs the question, will this eventually price out some cruisers, or is the demand so high that people are just willing to pay whatever it costs? Yeah,
that's a good point. Speaking of demand, though, passenger numbers are through the roof. I mean, we're expecting record numbers in 2025.
Wow.
So this post-COVID travel rebound, it doesn't seem to be slowing down at all.
No, not at all. And that's why I think you see these huge investments like Norwegian just dropped $9 billion for 4 new ships from Fincantieri. I mean, that is, they're betting big on this continued growth. And the passenger numbers seem to be backing that up.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So, even with these rising costs, it seems like things are looking pretty good for the cruise industry. Now, not every ship is sailing smoothly, though. We did see that Norwegian Spirit adjusted its September 24th sailing.
Oh, really?
They dropped a few Japanese ports from the itinerary.
Interesting.
On a brighter note, Carnival Sunshine just finished up a major dry dock over in France.
Okay.
And it's ready for its year-round Bahamas and Caribbean cruises out of Norfolk.
All right. Very nice.
Okay.
I mean, these adjustments and these updates, they just kind of go to show you that things are constantly changing. Itineraries are being tweaked, based on demand, global events, even things like fuel costs.
Makes sense. All right. Let's head down to the islands.
Okay.
Antigua and Barbuda.
Beautiful.
They're expecting over 133,000 cruise passengers in February alone.
Wow.
With 79 ships scheduled to dock.
Busy.
It's going to be a busy season for them.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, it's really great to see island nations like Antigua and Barbuda benefiting from this resurgence.
Absolutely.
Tourism is so vital to so many of these destinations.
Right.
And cruise ships, they bring in a ton of visitors and a lot of revenue.
For sure.
So what have we learned today? I mean, it seems pretty clear that the cruise industry is navigating this really complex and dynamic landscape.
Yes.
Booming passenger numbers and impressive new ships suggest that, things are moving in the right direction.
Right.
But these rising costs and those health concerns, those are definitely things that we need to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. And I think the big question is, Will the love of cruising, will it be enough to overcome these potential challenges? Or will we see, a course correction? It's going to be really fascinating to see how this all plays out in the next few years.
Yeah, for sure. And with so much happening in the world of cruising,
Yeah.
I'd say keep your eyes peeled.
Yeah.
There's sure to be even more exciting news on the horizon.
Definitely. Can't wait.